In Japan, there is an expression that captures the essence of autumn here. Takaku Uma Koyuru Aki, which means in autumn, the sky is high and horses grow plump. This saying conveys that as autumn arrives, the air becomes crisp and clear, and the sky appears magnificently blue. It's the season when grains and other crops are ready for harvest, allowing horses to graze heartily, becoming stronger and robust. It's not only the horses that grow heartier in autumn. The mountains and seas offer an abundance of seasonal delights, and people too enjoy these bountiful harvests, nourishing themselves with the season's flavors. Today, I'd like to share a simple recipe featuring one of the treasures of autumn, the persimmon. Persimmons are rich in vitamins A and C, tannins that help to break down alcohol, and potassium, which has diuretic properties. Persimmons are very good for us. So much so, in fact, that there is even a saying, Kaki wa ishairazu. A persimmon keeps the doctor away. The other day, I tried harvesting persimmons from the temple grounds, but it seemed the birds had already enjoyed most of the ripe fruit. The remaining ones were blemished by the bites of bugs, leaving them darkened and scarred. Still, the fact that birds and insects are so drawn to them simply proves that this year's harvest was exceptionally sweet and delicious. Undeterred, I went out again today and was fortunate enough to find some ripe, beautiful persimmons to use for this dish. This simple recipe not only makes a lovely snack for children, but could also serve as a delightful appetizer for sake lovers. Though I must say, I don't partake in drinking myself. Here is what you need. 1 persimmon, 150 grams of silken tofu, 1 teaspoon of natural salt, 2 to 3 shiso leaves, and a dash of sesame oil. Now for the method. First, place saran wrap on top of your cutting board. Sprinkle a bit of salt where you will place the tofu. Place the tofu on top and salt evenly over the tofu. Now, carefully wrap the tofu. Place it in a container. Then leave it in the refrigerator for a day. This process drowns out excess moisture, giving the tofu a firm, delicate texture, reminiscent of mild mozzarella. Now let's cut the persimmon. Cut 1 persimmon in half. Remove the top, then peel the skin with your knife. After doing so, slice the persimmon to your liking. There is no right or wrong thickness. Try this recipe a few times to experiment. What's important is that you find what works for you. Now, slice the tofu to match the size of your persimmon slices. After arranging the persimmon on a plate, add one tofu slice on top of each slice of persimmon. Then, let's take our leaves of shiso. First, cut out the stem. Then, roll them up and finally slice them. Then, pinch just enough to add on top of each set of persimmon and tofu. Once you're pleased with your arrangement, drizzle a small amount of sesame oil over the top. For an extra touch, I recommend wrapping each bite in a strip of seaweed for another level of flavor and texture. After you try out this recipe, let us know your thoughts. Feel free to share it with us all in the comments below.